In the middle of one of the hottest deserts on Earth, Henry Cavill, Neil Hodgson and their support team are fighting a violent sandstorm. Get it wrong in these conditions and the consequences can be fatal.
So we've pulled to a halt and vehicles are taking us in 3s and 4s. So we should be all in vehicles en route to the village very shortly. Okay, +2. Hurry up, one more! Henry, go, Henry, go. One more. Okay, straight in. Get another one in. Jake! Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Drivers outside.
That's everyone inside the vehicles. Everyone's inside the vehicles. Everyone can move out.
I think we've used pretty much everything we were supposed to have in our grab bags. Couldn't write this.
Half an hour later, everyone makes it safely to their local guide Byclee's house in the nearby village of Dykena.
We are now back at the village. We're moving inside.
Can everyone just stand in a line there, just shoulder to shoulder, just so that we can see everyone's in?
Okay, we're all present.
Okay.
Well done, gentlemen.
Just a quick one, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if anyone else was aware, I was lying awake, but there was a dirt devil spun through the top end of where we were camping there. That's why the wind suddenly picked up. If we were spread as far apart as we were the other night and that kicked off, you will not find each other. And you can't underestimate what we just got out of there.
You can see why we bang on about the training and the grab bags. It's not for play, it's not for show, it's for real life stuff.
Okay, round of applause for the drivers.
Yes.
It's now approaching dawn, and in a few hours' time, Henry and Neil face their most strenuous day of the expedition.
What a night, yeah. You cannot believe. And last night we were climbing these dunes. You see over there, it was all very hilly. Now it looks almost flat. It really does bring it home. Those guys, I genuinely feel, and it sounds a bit cheesy, but we owe our lives to them. Honestly, that's how severe it was. It was crazy.
Despite being exhausted, Henry and Neil faced their longest drive yet. 313 kilometres through China's lowest and hottest terrain, en route to Urumqi, the furthest city in the world from the ocean.
I didn't think we'd be pushing ourselves this hard. And now this is the hard part. It's getting harder. It's getting hotter. Every day we get in that car, it's getting hotter.
It feels barren here. Yeah, this is, I don't know if it's because the sky's dark as well. Yeah, it is. It feels very arid.
Temperature check at the moment is 40 degrees outside, inside the cab 42, and altitude we are at minus 91 metres.
So we are now below the level of the sea.
And descending.
And descending.
Over the next 60 kilometres, their altitude continues to drop and the temperature rise. Adding to the stifling conditions are winds that drag in more heat from the surrounding deserts.
To our right, it's definitely what looks like it used to be an inland sea of some sort, or a vast lake.
So it's quite funny, we're looking at a complete and utter dry, flat lake bed.
And it's massive.
Yeah. And for the first time on the whole trip, we've got like quite an overcast sky, which makes this area especially, makes it feel like I'm on the moon again. I've said it a few times on this journey, but you're experiencing something that you've never experienced. It feels really bizarre.
In July 2011, the dried out Ading Lake recorded China's hottest temperature at 50.2 degrees centigrade in the shade. Nothing stirs here, since nothing can survive the scorching hellhole. Remain long in this environment and delirium would set in, followed by certain death. Finally, the boys' altimeter reads minus 154 metres. This is the lowest point in China, but for them, their highest point. Over 3.5 days, they've battled sinking sands, water shortages, precipitous dunes, and a vicious sandstorm. Now they've reached their last major landmark at one of the most bleak, inhospitable, and remote places on Earth.
Made it. We made it. Really enjoyed it, but... And sort of feels worth it. I'm glad there is a monument here. It's cool. Cool. Great.
Well done.
Yeah, and you
Did it.
Henry and Neil have proved man can survive this extreme heat examination. Now it remains to see how the machine coped.
This is going to be incredibly hot. So we've just topped 80 degrees. Wow. So that's warm. That's hotter than I'd expect. And the oil we've got in here is doing its job, that's for sure.
Yeah, sure.
And as you know, a grain of sand will actually, inside your engine, will do a huge amount of damage. I'm going to show you what this coarse sandpaper will do to an apple without any lubricant whatsoever. It's totally destroyed the skin of the apple. There's no lubricant, and that's what sand does to the inside of your engine. So let's take some oil now. Now applying the same amount of pressure, this is doing no damage to the apple.
Yeah.
This film of oil is protecting the skin. That's exactly what happens inside the engine.
Back on the road for the last time, this region of China is not just desert. There are areas of outstanding natural beauty. The limestone gorges of flaming mountains are set alight each day by nothing more than the colour of daylight. They are breathtaking in their beauty. The entire route of this expedition was once followed by Marco Polo back in the 13th century. Little has changed since then, until now. China's fast-track economic boom will soon see this route completely tarmacked over.
Incredible to be here and be the last ones travelling this way, but it's also kind of sad that this wilderness is now going to become a major artery into civilization.
Soon the boys get their first taste of tarmac after 4 days.
So I've been thinking, Henry, when this is all done, how is about me and you? You know, one day maybe...
Well, stop there. I lost you at me and you. No, seriously.
You know, just meeting up for a coffee sometime and just, you know, just hanging out.
You can teach me how to ride a bike.
And that would be cool.
That would be cool.
A few hours later, they finally made it. The city of Urumqi brings to an end their epic 800-kilometre desert endurance test.
I didn't have much in the way of off-road driving experience before I got here, and I've come away with my fear of it, my fear of approaching it, completely gone.
Between me and Henry, you know, there were some reservations when you meet an A-lister Hollywood actor, you know, how is that going to be? I didn't know if I'd actually get along with Henry, but he's a mate.
Neil's fantastic, really, really nice guy, fantastic at driving, got us out of some very sticky situations.
I've crashed motorcycles at well over 150 miles an hour. I'm used to driving to extremes. This was another level altogether.
Trips like this can do nothing but change you. Experiencing extremes, seeing nature at its best, its most beautiful, its most dangerous, is a life-changing experience. Definitely driven to extremes.